Hi, it's Joey, and today I'm going to be watching The Dragon Prince, Season 3, Episode 8, Dragonguard. I am stressed. It seems like the Dragon Queen is dead. Zim's never going to get to meet either of his parents, but he still has a family. The human armies are coming, but they are also no longer really human. They are now just like fire monsters. It is stressful. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring this show. Let's go.
The Dragon Queen has not opened her eyes in 10 days.
Okay, that is not dead. Doing my double checking, but if she hasn't opened her eyes in 10 days, she's just in a coma and we can totally wake her up and Zim can see her.
No, she's not dead.
Oh, thank goodness!
She breathes, but she closed her eyes and has not opened them since. Come.
If that message had got through, would it have been in time? Oh, baby!
You're not ready yet.
That's okay, you don't have to be
okay.
ready.
We'll go in first. I'll be right back.
It's also a little scary for him in a way because what if this is his family, the only family he's ever known when he's been conscious, and while he knows that that's his mother, he must be worried, like, are they gonna just leave me? Yeah, are Callum and Rayla and Ezra just gonna just leave me here? Like, they're also my family. He's only a baby. Is Bates staying with him? Bate is so jealous for so long, being accepted his brother now. And it's doubly hard because she's not well. Can Ezra, I mean, she's not really an animal because she's sentient and can speak, but can his ability somehow commune with her? Sweet boy.
Wake up. Your baby's here.
Sweetheart.
You have to wake up.
The significance of this moment as well, given what, her mate took from them and the baby that they took, and they personally had taken. Oh, Rayla. Oh. She knows what it's like to lose your family.
You okay?
And so do they.
This is where it happened, Callum. It hurts.
There are a lot of wounds here. But there's also a lot of love. I really hope we weren't going to cut to this lot. Oh no, Soren, sorry. I thought it was the army. I thought that was like going to be your dad. I'm fully on board team. I mean, he's an idiot, but I'm fully on board team Soren now. Oh, stay awake. So it's been a while for him.
You're free now. Start a new life for yourself here in Zadia. Maybe you'll meet
Oh.
a nice unicorn, huh?
Soren. Has that horse ever been free in its life? He's a friend. Oh fuck. He's not necessarily a friend to you. He could do with some help. I'm so glad Soren has found them. I mean, this dragon's gonna be like, we have to save this bitch, but we do.
This guy.
What's Soren doing here?
Stop asking questions. Help him.
Oh, right, breathing.
Yes, breathing would help.
Ventus for...
Is this the afterlife?
No, it's still just the life. Still, you're alive.
What are you doing here?
Give me a second to catch my breath.
He's got some very terrible news.
Okay. We're all doomed.
Thank you. Very, very elaborate. Very, very. Yep, great.
He's made an army of darkness, and he's leading them here for him, the Dragon Prince.
Baby boy! I mean, Soren's got his priorities in check. He's giving you the information and now he's having his tea or soup or whatever.
Fluma Volantis.
Do not try this. I mean, try it eventually, maybe.
Teach you? My apologies, but a human cannot.
Yep,
Look,
this human is not an
humans
ordinary
can't do
human.
magic, that it's not my destiny, but I know the Sky Arcanum.
It does seem like
And with that army,
Callum is proof other
I'm gonna
humans could
need to
learn
learn
it
all the
too.
magic I possibly can. So leave. What? Take the Dragon Prince far away from here. Run. But we came all this way.
I mean, they are
and it'll
children,
mean
a lot of
nothing
them.
if you throw your lives away here. Leave while you still can.
Kind of has a point, but given that the episode is called Dragonguard, I feel like we're gonna stay.
Every choice we've made so far has been to keep Zim safe, so maybe leaving is the right thing to do.
That's gonna hit very close to home with what her parents did, but it's to protect the baby.
I'm not going with you.
No. She
You and Ezrin should take Zim, but because my parents ran away, so I'll have to stay and defend
was
the
not
Dragon
as simple as
But
that.
you can't face an entire army by yourself. You'll
Die. Remember me, okay?
These babies are so brave and
Goodbye,
good.
Callum.
And you don't have to die for your parents'
Really?
mistakes.
So that's it. Just stay here and die out of pride?
It's not pride, Callum. It's more than that. It goes
I mean,
deeper.
I know it goes deeper than just simple pride, but it is also just dying for a thing you think is the right thing to do, rather than living and fighting. And then, I mean, if you feel like you need to right the wrongs of your parents, freaking live to protect Zim for the rest of his life.
Oh, do you have a nicer word for it?
This is about who I am.
Don't let your parents' mistakes drag you down.
Thank
I
you.
know
Please
you feel
listen to
guilty,
him.
But you're not thinking straight.
Then you don't know me at all. You never did.
He doesn't know you. He just can see that you are worth more than your parents' mistakes. Oh my god, are we gonna see what happened with her parents? To see what they really did? Or where the egg should have
What really
been?
happened here? It's them.
Oh.
No. I did a spell to see what happened back then. When Viren took the egg.
What are you talking about? That's impossible.
It's true.
You drew it. Drew your parents.
My parents.
When Viren came to destroy the egg.
Oh, I love that he recorded it for her.
No, we swore an oath.
Her parents the only ones that stayed.
Fight.
So take it with you and make myself a target. Are you mad?
They were the only ones brave enough to stay. How did Viren beat them?
Wait! You're a dark mage. Could be a powerful weapon. Why would you destroy it?
What
She
are you doing?
tricked
Don't
him.
waste it, mage.
She bought the egg some time and her baby was able to come and save it.
They saved the egg.
We did.
We're here and Zim is alive. All because of them.
Yep. And you fulfilled that hope for that egg and for you.
What does this mean? What should I do?
But it's your choice. No one else's.
Exactly, you live by your own choices and what you think is right. It's probably going to be too late to
We
run
should
by this
decide
point.
together.
Exactly. Like, in a lot of ways, I think the best way to both honour her parents' memory while also staying true to who she is would just be to dedicate herself to Zim and protecting him with whatever he needs. And then when Zim is older and capable of protecting himself, to do whatever the frick she wants.
So, hi. I know I'm not really part of the group, but
Oh
can I say
god.
something? It was hard to see, because I really looked up to him.
I'm really proud of
Smart,
you.
and the way he talks, he makes you think that as long as you do what he says, you must be doing the right thing.
Yep.
Even when he asks you to do something bad,
He's far smarter than Claudia.
evil. My dad is a villain.
Soren, this is a really
The more
hard.
powerful he gets, the more... It may seem hopeless, but our only chance is to fight him here.
How? I kind of agree with you, but how?
The only way to stop this is to look evil in the face and say, no more.
That was a very inspirational speech. Is he about to ruin it with a dumb comment? But I am really proud of him. Oh.
I was wrong.
We all agree?
Think we're gonna need more than us. I mean, we are best.
Auntie Maya!
Oh. I'm so glad they get to see. Oh, yes. Oh.
I'll explain later, but Rayla is
My girlfriend.
our friend. Looks like you have an elf friend now too.
Everyone has an elf friend now.
Cleanse. She is my prisoner.
I know you said we should run, but we
We're
want
not
to help.
going to. We're gonna be the new Dragon's Guard.
Then we will need all the help we can get.
Huh?
Mana.
We're gonna find more help too. Big help.
Brave boy.
Wow. My little brother, all grown up and riding dragons.
This is it.
Oh, I was really glad we hadn't seen these guys all episode. Claudia, you're gonna have a decision to make. So you didn't volunteer. Yep, they're definitely here before daybreak. Okay, so this episode was a lot. I kind of thought there was going to be more action in it, and I love that it was almost a moment of calm before the storm, of just really settling in with these characters. I think it was a huge episode for, obviously it was a huge episode for Rayla in particular. You know, we saw her struggling with this was the place of her family's shame, and honor means a lot to her and to her people, and kind of it's meant a lot to her growing up. And her family, she would have once been so proud of having parents in the Dragon's Guard, and then to learn that the Dragon's Guard abandoned the dragon. It's a bit shit that, like, the ones that, I suppose the ones that abandoned were just cast out from their people, so they didn't have time to be like, oh, by the way, two stayed behind. But it is, like, really horrible to think that, like, their whole, they were erased from, like, so I think they were, her parents, I'm pretty sure are dead. Although we didn't see them die, I just assume that's because it's a kid's show. Maybe Viren has them prisoners somewhere, and, like, we could potentially get them back at some point. I don't know. I don't really know why he would have taken them prisoner. But for them, their memory to be that they abandoned the fight when everything seemed hopeless. Because, you know, they were doing a fairly good job of fighting Viren, and potentially had the full Dragon's Guard been there, it was one guy and he's king, and they'd already used their cool weapon that was able to defeat a dragon. But I can understand also, you look and you're like, they just defeated the thing that should not be defeatable, and wanting to save yourself. You know, as much as I do think, like, Rayla's parents deserve a commendation for their bravery, I also personally don't think that the people who wanted to live and maybe go and get a chance to see their own children again are, like, the worst people in the world. But it definitely is sad to think that Rayla has carried this weight of what her family did, and that her people have seen her that way as well. And yet they were braver than they had any right to be. You know, they not only fought to their last breaths, but her mother was able to buy time. Because yes, you know, there was a very good job, which is why her husband, her mate, was like, what are you doing? When she was suggesting you could use the egg as a power source. But if the egg is destroyed, that hope is gone. That dynasty is gone, and, like, the hope of the future dragon prince or princess, I don't know if they knew the gender when it was in an egg, is just no more. Whereas if the egg is alive, if the egg exists and is taken back somewhere, and they're not going to immediately know what to do with it, and all of the sort of, she knew there was a good chance something could be done. And I absolutely love that they were able to save the egg, and that Rayla, their daughter, you really can feel the threads of fate in this world, where she was the one who was there on that day on that mission of black bloody vengeance, and she saw hope and a reason to believe there could be another way, and she was able to find that egg, save it, and just honor her parents' sacrifice in such a beautiful way. It just really adds even more to Rayla and to, like, her legacy that she is fulfilling. But it also frees her from the legacy she thought she was carrying, because she has already sort of fulfilled her parents' legacy in a lot of ways, and now she is truly free to just be herself and to live in the way she wants to. So I loved that, and I love that Callum was able to get that information for her and to show her that she didn't need to be carried down in it. And I think when he was saying to her, can't you just forget that and move on, I don't think you know, he ever really expected that she'd be like, yeah, I can. But I think he kind of hoped she would consider it a little bit more, because you could argue that he and his brother should be dead set on vengeance because their dad was killed, although, I mean, it's a different situation. Well, their mother was killed even, but Rayla, I think the way Honor affects her is really down to how she was raised, and I love that he was able to kind of give her this peace of mind. He never lost hope in her, and he wanted to know what truly happened so that he could tell her. And even had it been that they were just frightened for their lives, they wanted a chance to see their daughter again, you would never have doubted them in any way, shape or form. Viren, because the other character who I think this episode was extremely significant for was Soren. And again, it was kind of a culmination of his arc. There were obviously, like, there will be more to come with that, in the sense that he will have to literally face his father on the battlefield and potentially his sister and all of that kind of thing. But the speech he gave was, it was the side of Soren that you can really get behind. And I 100%, because this show likes to do that with the kid humour, and especially with Soren and Claudia, I was convinced that after he gave his brilliant speech, he was going to make some dumb comment. But I love that they gave him that moment. And a moment in which Rayla acknowledged that, like, you're not just a dumb mom. Like, I think it was really important, and it's also an important message to a lot of kids watching, I hope, that you do look up to your parents. It's kind of built into you, but as you get older, you will understand more about them, and it is okay if that understanding is, I don't like the person my parents are. You know, a lot of us go through that with varying situations to varying degrees, and it is something that you will battle with to a degree your entire life, because of how important parents are to us. So I'm really proud of him for making that decision, for finally fully breaking free. I talked a lot in the last episode about how I think in some ways it was easier for him to break free than Claudia, but I do also think it's interesting because as much as they both make dumb comments, you would look at them and you would say Soren's the dumb one, Claudia's the smart one. But I do feel like he really just got pushed into that box and just kind of lived up to it. So I love that he was able to really see all the way through his father and realise that someone has to make a stand, and he is going to do it. You know, had he decided at the end of the previous episode to just ride home, go be city guard captain, and, you know, like, or go become a farmer someplace, I wouldn't have faulted him. But I love that he rode to warn them, to give them a chance to fight back, and was just ready to join, ready to risk everything to try and right his father's wrongs. I hope Claudia, I think Claudia's a really interesting one. In the next episode, I hope we see her. I mean, obviously we will see her, she's there. But I hope we see her have a moment where she either goes, wait, no, Soren was right. I should have been strong enough to walk away with him yesterday. This is wrong. I'm gonna side with them. Or, I mean, I hope that is the decision she makes, and it's a decision I've wanted her to make since the beginning. Or I hope we see her make the decision of, I don't care, I'm following my father. Again, I think it would be much more satisfying to see her go the good way, but it would be sort of interesting to see her go the other way. I don't know. Then I thought it was interesting the way, you know, humans cannot contact the Arcanum. Humans cannot use it. But Callum can, and I know, you know, he went into the store, like, he's worked at it to get there. But does that mean all humans can? Or are there potentially humans who are even more adept to it than Callum is? Is it simply old, like, stigmas and stereotypes that, like, oh, humans are lesser beings, they can't do magic? Or is there something truly remarkable about Callum in the same way that Ezra can talk to animals? Like, do Callum and Ezra's mother, do they have a little bit of elf blood in them from way back when or something? Or is it all humans? I hope that is something, I'm pretty sure there is going to be a season 4, so I kind of hope that, as much as the show is called The Dragon Prince and it is about Zim and about the battle over him, I do hope we kind of touch on whether this is just Callum is a freak of nature, or whether actually a lot more humans could be learning it this way and dark magic is not the only solution. It is definitely the easiest solution. You know, you're able to do much bigger things very quickly with dark magic, but that doesn't mean it's the right solution. Zim being scared of going in and seeing his mother, I don't blame him. I think, for one thing, he's a baby. He's a few weeks old, a few months old at most. And I don't know how, he seems quite, you know, he's not like a human baby, he's a bit more with it. But it is a scary thing to be faced with, you know. this is the culmination of the entire journey, and I definitely think there would be a part of him that would be worrying, you know, what happens now? Had they got there, and the Dragon Queen was awake and alive, and was like, my son is here, I'm fully healed now, ready to Dragon Queen and raise him, thanks guys, you know, what would have been next? I imagine some degree of trying to make peace between the kingdoms, but what is the end game here? Are Callum and Edrin going to stay with Zim and live here? Are they going to go home? Are they going to visit back and forth? You know, but for one thing, it would be different from the only life Zim has known, which is travelling with his little family. And it would be scary to think of these people that you love and that he wants to protect and that have protected him might just leave him, even if it is for the right reasons. Really reminds me of The Mandalorian Season 2 ending. I think there was some degree of that, but also of getting there and knowing that his mother isn't okay. She's not gonna be there to greet him and hug him. And also it's pretty quite scary to think, what if I'm, you know, like, what will she be like and everything. So that, I thought, was a really emotionally mature moment that they gave to this tiny baby dragon, and I hope in this episode maybe at some point we'll get to see him going in and seeing his mother. Well, I don't know if there will be time for that. For all I know, this episode will end on a cliffhanger in the middle of the battle. I mean, this show could do the battle in 10 minutes, or it could do the battle in 5 episodes. But I also adored that Bait stayed with Zim and even went closer to offer that support, because we have seen Bait consistently being like, he's getting Ezra's attention, but he had older sibling, like, jealousy of the new sibling very badly. And I love to see that moment that they have also got a bond and he wanted to look out for him. And Ezra continuing to shine. I think, obviously, I refer to him as being 10. I cannot gauge. I'm not very good at aging real children, let alone cartoon children. He's around 10. And just looking at him and thinking, like, one day he has the capability to be a truly great king. And I think, like, he wouldn't be the worst king now. I just also think as a 10-year-old you should also have, like, some adults around to assist. Because he is compassionate and caring, and that is what I think should be the core roles of any kind of leader. You should care about people you are ruling over. So yes, I love Ezra. This was a brilliant episode. I'm stressed for the finale. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.